What's up, guys? Pat here with another deck, and once again we are going to meme somebody. But this one actually is a little bit more competitive than the crazy builds, the meme builds that I have been playing. This one's actually pretty tailor-made to play against the meta right now. Mass Saiyan and Barrier Mecha Apes, that they're really common. So I decided I would just try to build something that was really strong against them, that was completely off the wall with a leader that no one was playing at all. I mean, that's how I arrived at the Zamafu deck. And recently somebody had, I believe it was the owner of DBS Decks, had a podcast where he was saying that basically people weren't doing creative stuff. It was just kept between PPG, his group, and Dusty. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that was kind of a crazy statement to make, but you know, I also promised as my New Year's resolution this year to Scott Dashy to just not hold anything back and just share with you guys like all the brews and stuff that I've come up with. And I'm not one that's content on playing meta. In set one, Vegeta was heavily played. I didn't want to do that, so I went three-color Ginyu. Obviously, you saw that this past week I went Zamasu in a field where everyone's playing Mecha. So here's the other leader project I've been working on for about a week or so now, which is Vados. So this is Jund Vados control. Jund in Magic is three colors. It's green, red, black. It started out as more black than I originally had intended, but it was a little bit clunky against Mecha and it's a little bit too slow. So I decided that this was kind of the overall package that we would go with. I think we would first, let's start with talking about I guess the green cards. We'll come back to the black cards. So Trunks, Bridge to the Future, if you see most of the deck is basically Saiyans. We have quite a bit, so it's a good target. It also puts cards in the discard pile for the Scientist Fu later on. Caulifla, this is part of our Awaken package. Originally she was the only one of the veggie package, the vegan package as I see people call it, in the entire deck. And then so she's largely here just to awaken. She's just a solid body, gets us to our flip side faster, where Vados really gets the value. Because if you don't know, on Vados' flip side, she gets plus 5k when she attacks a battle card, and obviously on both sides she can actually attack battle cards no matter what. So yeah, like Vados is basically our core removal, and we need to flip her as fast as possible. So Caulifla is the 4 of here, just to get that life, take that life to hand much faster. Kaba is just, again, to get the Caulifla, tutor it out, get a life quicker. Obviously, it can get you the Kale as well. Terrascythe Goku Black, absolutely ridiculous. Against faster decks, this lets you keep tempo against them. Against slower decks like Apes, you can either go wide against it, or you can use the tokens to combo out while still having a body that can actually push for some relevant damage. Kale is obviously really good removal, but since everybody's playing Barrier, she's not as good. That's why she's only at a 3 in this deck. It's largely just mostly another green color that is a 0 for 5k and can be a relevant body late game and potentially remove threats if the Mecha deck doesn't hit King Vegeta. Moving on to red cards, Rushing Warrior Pan, absolutely ridiculous card with this leader. Front side, you just pump your leader by 5k, so you have a 15k on the front that can either threaten a opponent's leader when you're not awakened, or you can kill battle cards relatively easy because it's basically a 1 cost that will pump it to 15k, and then you combo with it, get 20k, and draw a card to replace itself. So it's a 1 mana 20k. Basically, that's pretty much going to guarantee no matter what battle card your opponent plays in the first turn of the game, it's going to die. They play anything big, like even Caulifla on turn 2, you can actually threaten it relatively easy with this card. So, absolutely amazing synergy with the 2 cards here, Vados and Rushing Warrior Pan. Divine Aid Vados, don't have to explain it, it's the super combo. I originally tried playing it as Supreme Kai of Time. I find that you just don't get the Overwhelm consistently enough, and sometimes just get completely wrecked. I actually lost a game against somebody who was playing GT, in a Grand Tour Mecha, and even though I was at low life, I was at like 2 life, and he was swinging for lethal. I had a handful of super combos and couldn't use them because I never could overwhelm. So yeah, that's why we play this. 4 Bodyguard Legic, Because most of the time in this deck, your first turn play, you're going to be using the energy to combo with a card in your hand rather than play a body. Legic is almost a guaranteed flash into play for free. 15k blocker, just helps us stave off Grand Tour and Mass Saiyan decks. For Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku, you just pay 1, get a 10k, draw a card. I mean, this is one of those cards where on the first turn of the game, you can literally use this to pressure a guy and draw. Late game, it's basically, another super combo. His super combo is 5, 6, 7, and 8. Really, really good card for pressuring and maintaining your card advantage. 3 Pride and Justice Topo, just more negates, just fantastic body also. You can, if you have 3 red mana at some point, you can actually, and you're not flipped, you can Rushing Warrior Pan, pump Vados to 15, and then play Topo for 2 mana. Really good card. Like I've said before in multiple other videos, one of the best cards in the entire set. Jiren, Fist of Justice, really, really good at killing barrier characters and keeping boards clear. In tandem with Vados, your opponent should basically just have no board. He's the top end of our curve because in this format I find that the games are over between 4 to 5 energy if both players aren't playing ramp. If they are, they end on 6, pretty much because of Fu shrouded in mystery. So yeah, Jiren really good. Just like Kale though, he can be dead weight, so that's why he's only at 3. No opening Son Goku. You get the life to hand when you combo with it if it's your turn, even if you're not a yellow leader. So this is part of our package of combo cards and awakening. Between the 4 Khalifas and the 4 no opening Gokus, you should awaken pretty quickly, honestly. You want to keep these in your opening hand because you don't want to draw these late game. You basically just want to be using these to attack their battle cards, combo with it, take a life to hand, and pretty much guarantee that whatever they play is dead. So like if they march you, and then drop like 2 apes, you can pressure 1 with the leader, combo 2 of these, go up to 30k. They're probably not going to combo with it, and if they are against it, and if they are, they're going to basically have to waste a Shugash most likely, and you're going to get the 2 life to hand and possibly awaken. So yeah, just really, really good card with Vados. Just lets you, if you're playing a non-flip leader, lets you just awaken really quickly. Honestly, this card's existence means that results is basically dead at this point. And then for the black cards, Time's Judgment, just we need a negate. Colors sometimes might be a little inconsistent if you get a really terrible hand, and honestly the red and green negates are just terrible, so you'll take the blanket colorless negate, and sometimes pitching the extra 2 cards to can save you. You can actually get 2 or 3 negates out of this. I actually had a game where I was testing where I did Time's Judgment like 3 times in 1 turn, and it blew apart my whole hand, but then I Scientist Food, and then was able to basically get the key pieces I needed to win the game. So yeah, and then obviously last card is Scientist Food. You're only going to get him like once or twice a game, but you're going to maintain card parity. You'll be pretty surprised with this deck if you actually get a decent start, how well you can compete with Mecha's hand size and how well you can pressure all of their threats. And then with all these extra blockers like the 4 Legics, the 3 Topos, and the 3 Times Judgments, you'll be pretty surprised also that you can stabilize against the Mass Saiyan deck pretty reliably, I feel. So yeah, there you go. Something completely new, something off the wall, because I guarantee you no one else is building a Vados deck this format because everybody's still too wrapped up on playing Apes. So yeah, if you guys liked the video, leave me a comment below. I'll see you guys next time.